Hello everyone, my name is Half-Baked Hero, and today we're going to be taking a look at the amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool version 2. Now, the painting and the sculpting on this figure is actually really good. I love how you can see all the wrinkles on his costume. It looks like he's actually wearing it, and this is not a toy. And I love the color choice that they have. All the grays and the blacks contrasting with the tiny bits of red and white. That's actually really cool looking in real life. I don't know how you can see it on camera, but yeah, it looks really nice. And judging it by its color, which you should probably not do, you can see that it's the X-Force version of the character, which the X-Force version actually looks really good. I love how they drew him in the comics. And if you want a perfect example of how good the sculpting is, if you look at his face, you can see that he has a nose and like the seam lines on his mask, which gives you the iconic Deadpool look. You can also see that he has ears and the little back spike thingy that Deadpool always has. And speaking of good sculpting, if we rip off Deadpool's head, the figure actually comes with 3 more heads, which look really expressive and really detailed. And on top of that, the figure also comes with 2 extra sets of eyes. 2 happy eyes and 2 really angry eyes. And what's even cooler is that you can mix and match all the parts, so you can have very expressive faces. And speaking of being really expressive, the figure also comes with a lot of extra accessories. You get a pair of fists, some holding hands, some open hands, some thumbs up hands, some sai wielding hands, and some phone holding hands. Overall, these hands offer a great amount of expressibility to the figure, especially paired up with the extra faces and the eyes. You can get a lot of really good poses with them too. But what are extra hands without accessories? So switch out those fists for a pair of those grabby hands we talked about earlier, and I'll show you some of these detailed accessories that this figure has. These hands allow this figure to hold its multitude of weapons. These weapons include his iconic katanas, these small knives, these larger knives, these guns, and also this stick of dynamite, which he can use to blow himself up. He also comes with these 2 smaller guns, which he can't hold for some reason. But if you bring in these holster parts, then you can plug the guns into them and have him hold the guns on his waist and his side. He also comes with these 2 knife holders for the smaller knives, which also fit into the little holes that the gun holsters fit into. He also comes with these 2 sheaths for his katanas and this little adapter that fits into his back. And hey, remember those sai wielding hands? Well, guess what? He also comes with sais. The sais fit in fairly well, but it's just a pain to try and get them in his hands. And just like those sai wielding hands, the phone hands also have an accessory to coincide with them. The phone is also really well detailed. You can see that he's texting someone. And of course, on the back, he has some cameras and his logo. You can make it look like he's texting someone. You can even make it look like he's taking a picture with his friend. He also comes with 4 extra joints unless one of them breaks. He also comes with a stand. The stand has a claw at the front. It also has a hinge joint here, here, and here. And it can plug into any one of these little holes on the stand. But what good are stands and accessories without posability? This figure has a ball joint at the head. He can look up that far and look down really far thanks to the ball joint in his neck, which is also a dumbbell joint. So he can, move his neck and head around. He also has this little thing on the back of his head that covers up the little joint. He has an extension at the arm. It can rotate all around. He has this swivel thing here at his shoulder. He has a bicep swivel. He has an elbow bend. And also whatever this part is, he's like thing, it can also swivel. He has this part which is floating. It doesn't connect to anything or anything like that. And his hand can move down and up because it's connected with one of those joints I talked about earlier, these. And you can get some side to side as well. And then over at his middle area, you can twist it here. And also, I think here you can, yes, which allows him to have a really good ab crunch. You can make him look like every League of Legends player. And not really an arcing back. He can go back that far, I guess. These little pockets are also connected with one of those joints. So they can have a rotation, they can move out, they can move a bit up and down. They can do that, which is pretty cool. And then this whole like belt crotch area is also a floating piece. It's not really connected to anything. And he has a leg swivel. This part right here can move as well. It can go, he can kick up like farther if you can maneuver it. Oh, there it goes. This is what happens. Every time I try and move the leg, it pops out and it's so annoying to get back in. But yeah, you can maneuver it so that his leg goes up. He has a bend at his knee and a swivel here. I think it's also a ball joint as well, so that's pretty cool. But like, I don't think that's how human anatomy works. He has a really, really good pivot. Like, oh my god, bro, look at that. Look at that. It's a full like turn. He also has a ball joint at his foot. He can move up and down pretty far, so that's pretty cool. And he has a toe bend. You can also take out the claw part of the stand and plug it into any one of these back holes. This one's probably gonna be full with the katana, but like you could put it here and here too, or you could put it down here like a bohemian or whatever. But yeah, you can plug it into his back, and yeah, you can get some really nice and dynamic poses with this figure. I really recommend it. Well, I mean, if you have the money for it.